Yeah, Young Dob in this motherfucker. And I dedicate this to all my motherfucking homeboys. 6 times 10 with the S on the end. And I call this never turn down the fade. Till I fall first, a hustle to my grave and I never turn down the fade. Chill, baby, so I bomb first, a hustle to my grave and I never turn down the fade.
And we both gave each other that respect when we saw each other. Then I actually seen Nip in different parts of the city where he was making moves, sticking and moving, and he remembered me from painting over there when I was painting on the inside. And he showed me some love.
That's when you did the Little Lonely mural.
Yeah, right there on the wall when you first come in. Yeah, and
So
that
you
was
got
powerful.
anything over here on that?
Yeah, I got something. It's me and my buddy Gnu, we actually did it together. I didn't do the portrait of Nipsey over here. What I did was the lettering. This is Rip
Let's
Hussle.
check that out.
This bell on down here.
Yeah, we got the homeboy Nip. Chilling with Nip, man.
We out here, you already know it.
Nip in the town.
Police say the 33-year-old was shot multiple times outside of his clothing store yesterday by a young man who then ran to a waiting getaway car.
Yo, what's up everybody? It's Cre8, back again up on this wall, up here putting in work, up here doing the illustration, and you know, just seeing some techniques of the cuts, the blends, and you know, little techniques like that. We're here at Allhood, and it's the headquarters, and pretty much, you know what I'm saying, I'm bringing my flavor to the headquarters, you know, where you can see some of my artwork up here.
We live on Allhood right now, okay? April 1st. All right, let's go.
But not only does art has power, with the spray paint, even Nipsey music had power, man, that people could relate to. That was an art form within itself. It was poetry in motion over beats.
It's been a minute, man. You know, shit don't change. We still going, still on pressure on Slauson with it. A lot of progress. You know what I'm saying?
I remember when you guys first introduced me to him over there at the Allhood Publications over off of Slauson, and I mean when he came in, the Cre8, you see this dude right here? He finna blow up. I was like, okay, cause everybody say that, so I'm like, okay, you know, and they like, watch, man, he gonna be sponsored by this. I'm like, okay, that's what's up. But and when Nip shook my hand, he said, what's up, man? I see you getting down. I said, all right, thanks, man.
And you know, you better see quite a few things actually from me. And you know, over here you have like the lettering that we worked on. It says Allhood, and underneath it comes Cre8 Word Publication. It's actually a magazine that talks about a lot of different things, street culture, the gang culture. You know, like it goes deep into the roots of a lot of the different things that's been established throughout the years from the beginning, and it's pretty deep. So you know, I advise you guys that want to really know about what's going on out there, with some real talk, you know, is to sit down and take the time, do a little research, and take a look at the magazine so that, you know, you can be up on some real good street talk as far as, you know, like the culture of it. And other than that, you know, we back right here, you know, working on some of these techniques.
Okay, this is a Rest in Peace memorial production for Nipsey. This is when everything first took place, actually. Within like a few days, we got together, me and my partner named Gnu from the crew, Rockin' the Nation. They actually did an event here for Nipsey and some other, around that time it was celebration for a few other elements and things going on. The 5 Point Youth Foundation. And so they asked us to come up here and do some kind of paint. So we figured this is the right time to do the paint for Nipsey. We actually, part of our crew member did some stuff in other locations. But nevertheless, Gnu, man, he pumped this out, if I'm not mistaken, within an hour and a half, maybe almost close to 2 hours.
You know, for the hood, I was just like, I wasn't having my gold on or nothing, but I was over there like this. But this is American. We fly. This is like $1 million fit to them. Just some white tees and jeans.
You a kidnapper.
Yeah, man. They liable to take your head.
Good right now, man. A little ashy, but you know the first all money in test, man.
All money in, no money out. You know what I'm saying? We out here. Rest in peace to my nigga Nip, King Nip.
You been around here, you was around here, you seen a lot of things. When I seen Nip, I seen a lot of the homies that's not here. A lot of dudes that passed away. A lot of our homies that's in jail. I seen his drive, his spirit, his heart, his determination. And like I was telling, like we living on a timeline, bro. Like a lot of people that died, I see now through you. It is not in vain, especially with this gangbang shit. There's a lot of people, a lot of stuff is gonna get, like with my boy Kevin, like with the KM videos, man, a lot of people seeing things in a different light, you know what I mean? And like I used to tell him, it was meant to be, you know what I mean? I think he was here, he was brought to us to tell a story. Nobody could tell a story like that. I was rapping, I had one of the first CDs out here, around here, man, independent. Put it out and pressed it up. You know what I mean? I knew it, you know, I was gonna be the, I knew that I had something to do with it. And at the time, because I was working with Cre8, I thought it was gonna be me. But the way I was brought up, it was a certain things that we couldn't talk about, and we couldn't voice our opinion in a certain way. And like giving these interviews, we couldn't do it. So I was drilled and trained in that way. But then when Nip and the new generation came, the technology had changed. You know what I mean?
Now that you say that, when you first started hearing Nip putting the hood on the map through rap, what was your reaction to that? Because that was different, bro.
Yeah. I knew it was gonna get mixed emotions, but like how it happened, I knew that he had, like, people would hear his voice. You know what I mean? Like you hear the game stuff, but then people seen how good the music was and how articulate he was in it. So homies was like, wait a minute, that shit sound hard. But I know at the same time, some homies was like, yo, who is this nigga? You know, we rapping about the hood and all that special niggas in the pen and shit, like, what's Cuz? And then when it's arrogance, it's like, you see somebody so young with this 6'0" Hustler arrogance, you're like, who the hell is this nigga?
That nigga had the 6'0" mentality to a rap.
Yeah, to a T, man. You see it, that's another thing. That's the hood. That's 6'0" right there. The other shit that people was putting out in the 80s and all of that, that's just other niggas just so happen to be around here. That's not the heart of the hood. That's not our character. Our character is Nip and guys alike. That y'all hear in these videos, that y'all see, that y'all respect, that y'all see get honor.
What's up, my nigga?
It's my nigga Robin Hood, man. You know what I'm saying?
Do you remember the first time you met Nip, bro?
Yep. I remember the first time I met Cuz. Like Cuzzy said, Cuz had a flat top, had a fade. And
looking like special ed?
Looking like special ed, Cuz skinny as a motherfucker, tall. African medallions and shit.
I promoted him because he was the one. You know, I felt it. Like, if he made the right moves, like, I felt in life, if I would have made the right moves, I could have been the one. I didn't make those moves, so I didn't want Cuz to make the same mistakes I made. So
I'm not sure if we was at this gas station or we was on 58. And then we was talking about music. It was just like a regular conversation. Or bear claws. And then he came around, you had walk Cuz around the claws, and that's when we jumped on the claustrophobic shit.
Yeah, so we did 2 projects. Wait a minute, Nip's on the claustrophobic album?
Hell yeah. Smoking that la, man. And that was in what we did that.
Me and Nip redid a Jay-Z record.
Yeah, hard as fuck.
Back then.
Hood Unit, that was our first group. That was that. Back then, like, the G Unit might have been just cracking around that time. So we came up with the Hood Unit, like, we the Hood Unit. And really the Hood Unit was, we had front hood, we had the fronts, we had the avenues, and we had the overhills all on one tape, on one CD. So we had every part of the hood participated in the CD.
Oh shit, Hood Unit, yeah man, what up Lo? Lil JT, Key to Rock, Daddy Amp, J Stone, what it do bitch? About to fuck this shit up like this shit here. Check it out. West side of no side when I sips on a verse. Stepping up to the mic and Scooby Loaf the third. I'm strapped in, capped in with this 40 Glock. So bring your badass on if you want what I gotta hit a lick and bust a go. Back to the West Coast, it's the West side rolling and we do it the most. I got stripes from my hood about 60. You bitches try to get a piece but you miss me. I'm going insane, no brain when I'm rolling on them dames. I kill at will when I don't play them games. Tattooed on my chest says my mama try. Another homicide when them 60s rock. The body count keep rising in the 60s, getting deeper. Chipping the baggage off the map with that chrome street sweeper. Then we take it to the gullies when we ready to bleed. 5 shots to his face and put his ass to sleep. Close casket what I'm giving and I bet I don't miss you. I'm still PNG killer, nigga. Clinic says bless you.
They all wanna know, cat, why you so loco? Catching me in the spot, putting smokers in chokeholds. Pocket full of rocks and I run from po-pos. Ask me where I'm from and I tell you it's 6-0. If I go to the county, then I go where the Crips go. And do what the Crips do, and still sport blue. What it do, what I'm supposed to do. With a tramp black and blue, cause I ain't forgot about you, Lou. Cause I miss you low, and I ride with the gun smoke.
Up until that point, the hood was like, you know, we was kind of into it with each other, you know. But through that music, with me, Cre8, J Stone, Nip, Cuzzy, you know, we had people from all across the board, Hustle Rob and them, everybody. And that united the hood a little bit through music. It brought the hood together.
I was looking at the 60 video and shit. I was looking for my credits for the design.
Oh, you see the artwork is yours in the back, so I gotta get that up. Hey, the artwork on the video is Baby Shiny Man, cuz on 6 on the spray can.
Shit.
I started rapping probably actually just flowing and rapping probably like 93 that I can remember. We used to just sit in the car and drink beer and get high and just rap over other niggas' records. I didn't even know I knew how to rap, but I started taking off and niggas was liking it. Like, nigga, you can flow, you can rap. And I thought it was bullshit. I wasn't for real with it till years later, but I figured out, okay, maybe I might have a little something. I don't think I started really being serious or actually making records till like 03. Once I kind of linked up with Nip and Rimpau and Rollo when I met them right here on this block. That's when I kind of started taking music seriously and trying to really create a full record.
Now tell us the backstory on how you met Nipsey and Rimpau and Rollo. How'd you come across those guys?
I was walking down the street one day, just 3 regular dudes. And they was on one side of the street and I was on the other, and I just greeted them like, you know, what's up with y'all? What y'all doing? Y'all straight? And they smiled and said, yeah, and came over and we hollered, and it kind of went from there. I told them I did music. They said they did music. Rimpau stayed around the corner at the time where they was already working and had equipment and shit set up. So I told them I had a spot where we could work. You know, they went and got the equipment, came back around the corner walking with the shit in their hands with pieces and shit. And that night, we was already making shit.
Yeah.
Where were you born and raised?
I was born and raised in Los Angeles, California. You know what I'm saying? When I first came home, I came home to 59th and 5th Ave. That's my granny house. Hood, I stayed over there with my granny, my uncle, my mom's and them. So I was like 10. Hood, then I moved to the hills on 60th and between Rimpau and Ave. So and it was just back and forth since then.
Who lived on Rimpau in 60th?
My mama.
Your mama?
Yeah.
And on 5th Ave, what, grandma?
Yeah, granny house.
Oh, okay. So you all hood with it, man?
Yeah, since day one, I'm hood, 85.
85.
I ain't lived nowhere else but in the hood, you feel me?
So when you met he wasn't on 60th at the time?
His mom was, yeah.
His mom was?
It's fluctuating.
Okay.
Like when I first met him,
yeah,
he was fluctuating 5th Ave, 60th. Granny's on 5th, mom's on 60th. So he was always paint from the soil. It just took him a little time to, become aware of the surroundings and meet niggas and shit like that. I actually introduced him to his first crew of niggas over here, like, to this shit. And that's one of the things that kind of still bother me. You know, so I don't feel like I'm the fault of what happened to my brother neither, but I just feel like I introduced him to this shit.
Did you have any idea that he was going to gravitate towards the hood when you made that introduction, or you just thought it was a friendly neighborhood introduction?
No, he was on his way anyway.
I went to elementary by my mama's job on Cadillac. It was a school called Crescent Heights. Then I went to middle school on the east side, on the 3rd in Compton. On 6th by my mama's job, the Maxine Waters. Feel me? So I'm hood nigga, wherever she was working, I was going to school like in that area. Then I went to high school at Hamilton for like 2 years. See, so niggas stopped fucking with school, started like full-time grinding, got out here like heavyweight.
When did you start rapping? When did that come into play?
And I've been rapping for a long ass time. Hood, I started like recording raps probably like 13. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom's had found a little free studio on the east side at the Watts Towers, Wilmington and 106. It was right across the street from my middle school. They teach little kids how to work the equipment, video shit, music shit and all that, so they started using the equipment for free. So they used to go there, catch the 108 to the Blue Line when I was like 13, 6th grade.
108.
Down to the east side to the Blue Line, to the 103rd station, Wood.
You know, most motherfuckers, they evolve over time.
Yeah. I mean, as a young nigga, my shit was just like, I was copying niggas. Like, I copied whoever was hot. Like, I'd take their flow and just rap my words. It'll just be hood shit, though. Sometimes little kid shit. Rap about, you know what I'm saying, ditching school, popping fireworks when I was a young nigga. Just little crazy shit. As a nigga life got into some other shit, that's what the music turned into, feel me?
Alright. Slauson Boys, how did that come into play? What's that about?
That was originally, the original Slauson Boys was like some, old school gang of LA. You already know what that's about. But, like I was raised off Slauson since day one. You know what I'm saying? My granny 2 houses off Slauson, my mama, you know what I'm saying? So, since day one, my whole niggas repping Compton, niggas was repping Watts. As far as the music industry, ain't nobody ever really presented our area. That was our little block we sold up and started grinding and doing our little shit at. You know what I'm saying? So it was just Slauson Boys. You know what I'm saying? So that was the nigga whole movement.
Who's all part of that?
Damn near every young nigga from the hood represents Slauson Boys. But as far as the artists, it's myself, Cuzzy Capone, Tiny Draw, Tiny G Bob, Mr. Rob, Infant J Stone. Then we got, other members also, but that's the core right there, that's the name.
What year did y'all put Slauson Boys together? When did this pop?
Well, shit, it's 08. I say probably around 05 we started putting it together. Like the end of 04, beginning of 05. You know what I'm saying? Like I went and did the paperwork, put the little fictitious name at the Allhood Records. You know what I'm saying? Did my little research on how to start the company up. Just put all the little paperwork, copyrighted the name, got the logo design at Fat Effects. Niggas just trying to take all the steps,
Yeah. People speak on your business skills as a youngster. They're kind of surprised at how you got it together. Who holds your hand through the process? Schooled you? Or what? Are you just dug to the books, the internet?
A little bit of both. Like, you know what I'm saying? Certain niggas I see doing this shit professionally, like music. Like, the nigga John Neff, Fat Effects. It was another nigga, Dexter, was a photographer, but he was dealing with a lot of niggas in the industry. And I just kind of like, they program.
Dexter Brown is a good friend of mine from Trinidad, a photographer. That took us in, actually. I had nowhere to go. I was hanging on the block, gang banging, sleeping in cars, and getting high and doing weird shit. And Dexter had just moved on the block. Well, he had been on the block for a few years, but we had just pretty much met.
when they wake up, and what they in their office early morning. They on the phone. They setting up meetings. They they doing their stuff. As opposed, I wake up, I just block, get some weed. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, well, I wanna have what they having. I wanna be in the position they in, but I'm not programming like they program. I'm not waking up on my business every morning. You know what I'm saying? Devoted to it. So I just kind of like soaked up everybody different. The successful motherfuckers that was around me, I soaked up their program, and they was just devoted to their business. Period. That was their life. It wasn't no side thing. It was just that was it. They wake up on their program every morning. So.
What year was that you put that one DVD together and you shoved it down all our throats around?
Oh shit, cuz I was like 06. I put that out around 06.
What's the title of that?
Slauson Boy Volume 1. That's my first solo project. Me and my nigga Rollo Cut made all the beats. I wrote and recorded everything. You know what I'm saying? Nigga was 17 when I wrote and recorded all that shit. Finally got the money to put it out when I was like 18. You know? The nigga just did the whole process, point A to point Z, from the writing, the recording, the promoting the shit, the designing the cover, the printing up the materials, the paying for the shit, the grinding the money up, the booking the shows, everything. We did it ourselves, point A to point Z. So, nigga was proud of that just to see it, you know what I'm saying, to life.
Yeah. You're one of the only little rappers out here that's really neighborhood. Does that carry any concerns for you? Because your face is everywhere, so some questions asked now when they see you.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really no concern, homie, because it ain't escaping your date for one. Everybody gonna leave this motherfucker one day, but at the same time, it's like niggas get killed out here on negativity all the time, every day. So fuck it, I'm positive. I'm not finna even consider the repercussions. I'm not disrespecting no nigga. I'm not coming out the gate dissing no nigga's hood or none of that. Yeah. So nigga be in the county jail with nothing but enemies, and it has some type of understanding as far as if we gonna do all those stuff, we gonna have head up squabbles. But in the end of the day, we live in the same area, so a nigga had to have some type of mutual understanding. So as far as the music industry, I feel it'll be some shit like that. To where if niggas got their issues, we'll do our stuff, and you know what I'm saying, it'll be that. And other than that, we respect each other's hustles.
And Dexter had just moved on the block. Well, he had been on the block for a few years, but we had just pretty much met and became acquainted with each other, and we had some talks, and he just pretty much, looked out for me and took me in and gave me somewhere to sleep and lay my head and somewhere where I can get off the street. And it's funny because one of the ways we connected is he was into music too, but he was more into photography and didn't necessarily know where to go musically, but he had a fucking back room that he allowed me to sleep in. And I remember the first time he took me back there, he had a just numerous pieces of, it was just studio. He had a full-blown studio with plastic covers over everything. Like, he didn't even know how to work the shit. And that's where Rimpau, Rollo, and Nipsey came in. Very important at that time, because I didn't know how to work the shit neither. So when I met them and I invited them to where I was, that same night they came, we took the covers off of that shit. Rollo knew everything to do. We plugged all that shit up and we got cracking. And it started from there. That was 03, right here on this block.
So when you first met Nip, what name was he going by at the time?
Hermes. He wasn't Nipsey yet. Me and Baby Gooch named him Nipsey. Well, Young Benji. Yep, you already know, bro. Technically, Baby Gooch came up with the name Nipsey Hussle. Because Nip walked in one day with a backpack full of DVDs and like CDs and shit. Because he used to run around hustling, just selling music and selling movies and shit like that. And Gooch was clowning like, nigga, we gonna call you Nipsey Hussle. This nigga always hustling. Every time we see you, nigga, you hustling. And Nip was smiling. We laughed about it. You know.
So my nigga Nip was the original bootlegger?
Original bootleggers. Him and Black Sam. You talking about serious? These niggas were serious.
That's what that African
Black
merchant.
Sam was serious.
That's that African merchant in them, huh?
No, when the Motion Picture Association looking for you, nigga, you serious, nigga. Nigga, that's the Hollywood movie police was looking for my nigga.
They got him.
Yeah. Yeah.
They came and knocked the door down and they caught him on Slauson and Crenshaw.
They raided the house. Raided their house. They were staying in, man. But yeah.
Where'd they stay at that time?
They was I think they was off of like 79, somewhere in the 70s, off of Florence right here. In the Cre8 Gangsters. That shit was funny as fuck. And Nip had a studio in the bedroom, and we used to be rapping and shit, trying to keep our vocals down so neighbors and shit wouldn't hear us yelling out the hood and shit like that, because we was in the heart of the Cre8 Gangsters. That shit was funny as fuck. Crazy as a motherfucker.
When did they start talking about getting businesses in the neighborhood?
Man, that was like, you know, Black Sam and them always was on that. You know what I'm saying? Like when they was hustling them CDs in front of Louisiana Fried Chicken, you kind of could see it coming. Like, you feel me? You could see it coming. Like them niggas ain't playing. Like setting up shop every day, early in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas been like, when we was over at his house, when he, like, it was a whole era where we was on them computers like a motherfucker. We was learning that computer shit. Like, we was serious about it. Like, I had a little computer knowledge because my grandfather, Nip, kind of had his own computer knowledge from himself. I guess he was self-taught. And we would always be on some, you know what I'm saying, computer shit, burning CDs. And he actually introduced his brother into that CD hustle because he had this little lick he would do. He would go take an empty box, a CD drive, an old one. He would go inside the computer store, get the sticker. Like, I'm just taking the shit to get, you know what I'm saying, checked out. Or I don't know what it was, but he'd take the sticker. They'll put a sticker on the box. He would go in, swap out the good one for the bad one, and then leave with the same box he walked in with a brand new $300 or $400 CD burner, you know what I'm saying, that he got for free. And then he put that in his computer, take it home, come back to his computer, and he'll get the burning CDs.
Oh, so you was with Lil Pimp Mac and Nipsey when there was bootleg comebacks, Allhood DVDs.
For sure.
That, huh?
Yeah, for sure. That was it. On God.
He said, oh, sure.
I don't remember what they was bootleg. I mean, they was selling everything. We was selling anything that was gonna sell. Niggas was selling it. You know what I'm saying? If anything, we was promoting it. It was promotion. You know what I'm saying? We was getting free promo out here for anybody that had a CD. You know what I'm saying? Rap shit, DVD shit. It was all getting sold. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't it burn like 50 or 100 at a time or some shit?
That was later on, but in the beginning, we was using like maybe one, maybe two of them in a computer at a time. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, all the big ones didn't come till later on in the game when they probably bought them big ones when they got their own little bag.
That's why I kind of had to lighten up on myself, because I kind of just guided him in a direction. I thought, you know, he should go with this shit. But if I would have never met him, he was already going to intertwine himself with this shit because of what he was trying to do and the plan that he had. He was going to have to. So I don't think I'm the reason he joined the hood. But I just guided him, you know, and told him everything I knew and what not to do, what I didn't feel was cool, you know, the rules I was taught from y'all niggas. And he took it upon himself to do what he wanted to do. Same thing with Rimpau. Niggas went, squabbled, got their respect on the young niggas, then called my phones. And bro, we need you to come down here with us. We finna woo whoop and really make this shit official, I'm getting calls from niggas like, nigga, your little niggas is down here, nigga, squabbling every day, nigga, behind this building, behind that building. I'm like, oh, okay. I couldn't even find niggas for a minute. And when niggas emerged back up, niggas was bruised up, scraped up with Seattle Mariner hats on and blue rags. And I couldn't, it was like, okay.
Look, when Nip was evolving towards the street life, towards the hood, was his parents aware of it? Did they see the evolution, or were they blindsided?
I'm not sure, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure. I'm not sure, bro. I'm not sure how they, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure how they fuck with them, or if they was paying attention to it like that. I don't know. I mean, you know how the streets is. Any family, anybody, you want your children to be straight and safe. Like, family is, you know, everybody family different. You know, I can't speak for the fam though, you know. I know Black Sam was always worried about niggas. I know he's even worried about me. That's not even my blood, but because I love a nigga like a brick brother, you feel me? He was always worried about me. He used to always tell me be safe and, you know what I'm saying, move a certain way. I know Black Sam always was worried about us, for sure.
So where was Black Sam during this journey?
Black Sam a hustler, man. That boy out here hustling all times. He always was checking the bread, you feel me? No matter what, he out here hustling. I learned a lot of shit from Black Sam. I learned really watching Black Sam sell CDs in the streets, bootlegging or whatever he was selling. I took that game and that method to selling my own mixtapes. That was the influence I got, and I started out selling my own shit just off of the game I watched him, you know what I'm saying, use.
So would you say that Sam influenced Nipsey on that?
For
on
sure,
that hustle?
for sure. Because it was the game. It was laid before we had our own music. We had other people's music to sell. We would go to Hamilton. We was going to Hamilton selling CDs. We were selling bootlegs at Hamilton. That was really our first hustle. We was selling mixtapes at Hamilton. Not mixtapes. We was selling other people's music at Hamilton. We'd go with our CD wallets to Hamilton and, you know what I'm saying, sell CDs for $5 here and there. You know what I'm saying? That was my first real hustle. I know Nipsey probably had other hustles before that, but that was my first like real hustle. Just fucking with Nip. He was just he would come to school with CDs, and I was like, shit, I need to get on my shit too, you know? So we'd be up there trying to sell CDs in Hamilton.
So what was your impression of him? Did he make an impression on you at that time, or it took a while for it to dawn on you this guy's going somewhere?
Immediately.
Immediately.
And I put my arm around him one day and I told Nip, I said, bro, you're gonna be the one. We're gonna be the Slauson boys, nigga. You're gonna be the one. You're gonna be the one to get us up out of here. The world gonna love you, nigga. That nigga laughed at me, cuz. Like, for sure, bro. Cause we didn't have a clue. We didn't know anybody was gonna like us. We hadn't even released no music at that point. We was just bonded.
So in 2003, you heard Nip spit, and you knew this kid was going somewhere.
I knew it. I told him.
We can fight till I fall first, a hustle to my grave and I never turn down the fade. Chill, baby, so I bomb first, a hustle to my grave and I never turn down the fade. We can fight till I fall first, a hustle to my grave and I never turn down the fade. Chill, baby, so I bomb first, a hustle to my grave and I never turn down the fade. Ain't nothing but a hustler party. Ain't nothing but a hustler party.